Your biggest enemy is your own mind. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world, not against other people, and not against your circumstances. It is against your own mind. The thoughts you allow to take root in your mind will either propel you forward towards success or hold you back in chains of doubt, fear, and hesitation. Your mind is powerful beyond measure. It has the capacity to create or destroy, to uplift or to limit, to drive you toward action or paralyze you with excuses. But most people never realize that their biggest limitations are not external, they are internal. The voice in your head that says, I can't, I'm not good enough, or what if I fail, is the only thing standing between you and the life you truly desire. Your mind will try to trick you into staying in your comfort zone. It will whisper to you that it's safer to stay where you are, to avoid risks, to wait for the perfect moment. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. And if you allow your doubts and fears to dictate your decisions, you will find yourself stuck in the same place year after year, watching others move forward while you remain behind. The truth is, every successful person you admire has battled with their own mind. They have had moments of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. The difference is that they refuse to let those thoughts control them. They train their minds to see possibilities instead of limitations, to find solutions instead of excuses, to believe in their ability rather than question it. You must take control of your thoughts. You must learn to silence the voice of self-doubt and replace it with the voice of determination. When your mind tells you that you are not capable, challenge it. Prove it wrong. When fear tries to stop you, push through it. When excuses creep in, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Success is not about talent or luck. It's about mastering your mind. It's about developing the mental discipline to push forward when things get tough. It's about rewiring your thoughts to see challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and obstacles as stepping stones. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mind. Train it to work for you, not against you. Develop the mindset of a champion, and nothing will be able to stop you. Because once you conquer your own mind, you become truly unstoppable. Your mind is your greatest obstacle. The biggest challenge you will ever face in life is not external. It is not the economy, the competition, or the circumstances around you. Your greatest obstacle is your own mind. It is the way you think, the doubts you allow to linger, and the fears you let control your decisions. If you want to achieve success, happiness, and personal fulfillment, you must first conquer the battle within your own mind. Think about all the opportunities you have let pass by, not because you were incapable, but because your mind convinced you that you weren't ready, that you weren't good enough, or that you might fail. How many times have you had an idea, a dream, or a goal, but stopped yourself before even starting? This is the power your mind holds over you. It can either be your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Your mind is programmed to seek comfort, to avoid risks, and to stay within familiar territory. It does this to protect you, but in reality, it often limits you. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown all come from the same place. Your mind trying to keep you safe. But safety does not lead to success. Comfort does not lead to growth. If you want to achieve anything extraordinary in life, you must break free from the mental barriers that are holding you back. Every successful person you admire has had to overcome their own mental limitations. They were not born fearless. They were not born with an unshakable belief in themselves. They developed it by taking action despite their fears, by pushing forward even when they were uncertain. They trained their minds to see possibilities instead of limitations. The good news is that you can do the same. You can take control of your thoughts. You can rewire your brain to work for you instead of against you. It starts with self-awareness, recognizing when your mind is trying to hold you back. The next time you hear that inner voice telling you that you can't do something, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought based on fact or is it just fear? More often than not, you will realize that the only thing stopping you is your own perception. Once you become aware of your own mental barriers, you must actively work to overcome them. Replace negative thoughts with empowering beliefs. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, train yourself to say, I will find a way. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I am capable and I will improve. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so make sure you are feeding it the right messages. Action is the best way to defeat mental limitations. When you take action despite fear, you prove to yourself that your mind was wrong. Every time you push beyond your comfort zone, you expand your limits. Each small victory builds confidence, and that confidence weakens the grip of self-doubt. The more you act in defiance of your fears, the stronger and more unstoppable you become. You must also be mindful of what you consume mentally, the people you surround yourself with, the content you watch, the conversations you engage in. All of these influence your mindset. If you spend time around negative, doubtful people, their mindset will rub off on you. If you constantly expose yourself to news and media that instill fear, your mind will absorb those fears. Protect your mental space. Surround yourself with positivity, with people who uplift you, and with knowledge that inspires and strengthens you. At the end of the day, your mind is either your biggest enemy or your most powerful ally. The choice is yours. Will you allow your fears and doubts to control you, or will you take charge of your thoughts and shape your own future? The moment you decide to stop letting your mind hold you back is the moment you unlock your true potential. Take control of your thoughts, take control of your actions, and you will take control of your life. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your mind is not just a passive observer of your life. It is the architect of your destiny. The thoughts you think every day shape the way you see the world, the actions you take, and ultimately, the results you achieve. If you allow negative thoughts, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs to dominate your mind, they will manifest in your reality. On the other hand, if you cultivate a mindset of confidence, possibility, and determination, you will open doors to success and opportunity that once seemed impossible. The truth is, your mind is incredibly powerful. It has the ability to turn your dreams into reality, but it can also be the force that keeps you trapped in mediocrity. Many people do not realize that their struggles in life are not caused by external circumstances, but by the way they think about those circumstances. If you constantly tell yourself that you are unlucky, that success is for other people, or that life is unfair, you will find evidence to support those beliefs. That evidence defines you. You find evidence. You will see obstacles instead of opportunities. You will settle for less instead of striving for more. Your thoughts create a chain reaction. Negative thoughts lead to negative emotions, which lead to a lack of action, which results in failure and frustration. But the same is true for positive thoughts. If you think in terms of possibilities, if you train your mind to see solutions instead of problems, you will develop the courage to take action. That action will lead to progress, and progress will build momentum, reinforcing the belief that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. One of the most important habits you can develop is monitoring your self-talk. Pay attention to the words you use when you speak to yourself. Are you constantly putting yourself down? Do you call yourself lazy, unlucky, or incapable? If so, you need to change the script. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I am learning and improving every day. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. The more you repeat these positive affirmations, the more they become a part of your subconscious, shaping your reality in ways you never thought possible. The people who achieve great things in life do not necessarily start out with more talent, intelligence, or resources. What they do have is a mindset that refuses to accept failure as permanent. They understand that setbacks are part of the journey and that their thoughts will either push them forward or hold them back. They train their minds to focus on solutions, to embrace challenges, and to persist in the face of adversity. You must do the same. The moment you realize that your thoughts control your destiny, you take back your power. You stop blaming external circumstances and you start shaping your own reality. Make a commitment today to guard your mind, to feed it with positivity, and to eliminate every thought that weakens you. Because once you change your thoughts, you change your life. Your mind is a battlefield. Conquer it. Every single day, there is a war happening inside your mind. It is a constant battle between the version of you that wants to succeed and the version of you that wants to stay comfortable. The enemy in this war is not the economy, your circumstances, or the people around you. It is your own mind. Your doubts, fears, and excuses are the weapons this enemy uses against you. If you do not take control, your own mind will sabotage your progress, keeping you stuck in the same place year after year. Your mind will always try to keep you safe. It wants you to avoid discomfort, to stay within familiar territory, and to take the easy path. That is why whenever you set a big goal or try to change your life, your mind starts feeding you excuses. It's too hard. You're not ready. What if you fail? These thoughts are not reality. They are the tricks your mind plays to stop you from growing. The moment you recognize this, you can start fighting back. Winning the battle of the mind requires discipline. It requires training yourself to override fear with action. Most people wait until they feel motivated before they take action, but this is a mistake. Motivation comes and goes. Successful people take action even when they don't feel like it. They have trained their minds to push forward regardless of their emotions. They understand that progress is built through consistency, not through bursts of motivation. One of the most powerful ways to win against your own mind is to develop mental toughness. When your mind tells you to quit, push a little further. When it tells you to take a break, work a little longer. Every time you refuse to give in to weakness, you strengthen your mental muscles. Over time, this discipline compounds, and soon, what once seemed difficult becomes your new normal. Another way to conquer your mind is to control what you feed it. If you constantly consume negativity, news that fills you with fear, people who drain your energy, and thoughts that make you doubt yourself, you are giving power to your enemy. But if you surround yourself with positivity, read books that challenge your thinking, listen to people who inspire you, and fill your mind with empowering thoughts, you give yourself an advantage in the battle. At the end of the day, success is not about talent or luck. It is about mastering the battle inside your own head. The people who win in life are the ones who refuse to be controlled by fear, doubt, or laziness. They train themselves to think differently, to take action even when it's uncomfortable, and to push forward no matter what. If you want to achieve your biggest goals, you must become the master of your own mind, because once you win the battle inside, nothing on the outside can stop you. Rewire your mind for relentless action. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can either be your greatest asset or your biggest enemy. The way you think determines the way you act, and the way you act determines the results you get in life. If you want to achieve greatness, you must rewire your mind for relentless action. You must train yourself to move forward regardless of fear, doubt, or discomfort. Successful people are not those who never feel fear. They are those who act despite it. They have conditioned their minds to focus on solutions rather than problems, on opportunities rather than obstacles. Most people are trapped in a cycle of hesitation. They overthink, analyze, and wait for the perfect time to take action, but perfection is an illusion, and waiting only breeds more hesitation. The truth is, the perfect time will never come. There will always be risks, challenges, and unknowns. The difference between winners and everyone else is that winners move forward anyway. They understand that action creates momentum, and momentum leads to results. They don't wait for confidence. They build it by taking action over and over again. Rewiring your mind starts with changing the way you speak to yourself. Your inner dialogue is shaping your reality every day. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't, it's too hard," or "I'm not ready," you are programming your brain to accept failure before you even begin. But if you start feeding your mind with empowering thoughts, "I will figure it out. I am capable. I can push through this," you reprogram yourself for success. Words have power, and the words you tell yourself will determine your destiny. Another key to rewiring your mind is to eliminate distractions. Most people are drowning in information but starving for action. They spend hours consuming content, watching others succeed, and scrolling through meaningless distractions instead of working on their own goals. If you want to rewire your brain for success, you must become ruthless about what you allow into your mind. Cut out negativity. Reduce time-wasting habits. Surround yourself with ideas, people, and environments that push you forward rather than hold you back. Finally, make discomfort your new normal. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. If you want to elevate your life, you must get comfortable being uncomfortable. Every time you push past resistance, Whether it's waking up earlier, putting in extra work, or facing your fears, you're rewiring your mind for discipline and resilience. Over time, what once felt difficult will become second nature. Success is not about waiting for the right conditions. It's about creating them. The moment you train your mind to take relentless action, you separate yourself from the masses. You stop making excuses. You stop hesitating. You become unstoppable. Because when your mind is wired for action, nothing can stand in your way. Break free from the cycle of overthinking. Overthinking is the silent killer of dreams. It traps you in a cycle of hesitation, fear, and doubt, preventing you from taking action. The more you analyze every possible outcome, the more paralyzed you become. Your mind convinces you that you are not ready, that you need more time, more information, or a perfect plan before you move forward. But the reality is, overthinking is just another form of fear, a disguised excuse to avoid stepping into the unknown. Successful people don't let overthinking control them. They understand that action is the antidote to fear. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, they create it. They trust that they will figure things out along the way. Every great achievement in history started with a leap of faith. No one had all the answers when they began. They simply took the first step, adjusted along the way, and kept moving forward. The key to breaking free from overthinking is to shift your focus from problems to solutions. Overthinkers dwell on what could go wrong, while action takers focus on what they can do next. If you constantly ask yourself, what if I fail, or what if things don't go as planned, you are feeding your mind with self-doubt. Instead, ask yourself, what's the next step I can take, and what can I learn from this experience? By shifting your mindset, you stop being stuck in analysis paralysis and start making progress. Another way to overcome overthinking is to set strict time limits on decision-making. When faced with a choice, give yourself a deadline, whether it's 10 minutes, an hour, or a day, depending on the importance of the decision. Once the time is up, make your choice and commit to it. The longer you dwell on a decision, the more your mind will create unnecessary doubts and fears. Fast decision makers build confidence, while overthinkers erode their self-belief with endless uncertainty. Action beats perfection every time. Many people hesitate because they want things to be flawless from the start, but perfection is an illusion that leads to inaction. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on progress. Take messy action. Learn from your mistakes. Adjust and improve as you go. The most successful people didn't start with a perfect plan. They started, period. Finally, train yourself to trust your instincts. Overthinking happens when you don't trust yourself enough to make a decision. But deep down, you already know what you need to do. The longer you second-guess yourself, the further you move away from success. Start making bold choices. Take calculated risks. Trust that even if things don't go exactly as planned, you have the ability to adapt and overcome. Your mind can either be a prison or a tool for success. The choice is yours. The moment you stop overthinking and start taking action, you take control of your future. You break free from the chains of hesitation and step into a life of confidence, momentum, and unstoppable progress. Train your mind to work for you, not against you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy, depending on how you train it. If you let it run wild with negativity, fear, and doubt, it will sabotage your success. But if you take control of your thoughts, discipline your mind, and program it for success, you can achieve anything you set out to do. The problem is that most people let their minds work against them. They allow self-doubt to creep in. They let limiting beliefs dictate their actions. They believe that they are not capable, not smart enough, or not lucky enough to succeed. These negative thoughts become patterns, and before they know it, their mind has created an invisible cage that holds them back from reaching their true potential. Winners think differently. They don't allow their minds to dwell on failure, rejection, or fear. They condition their thoughts to align with their goals. They practice self-discipline, refusing to entertain thoughts that do not serve them. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, they ask, how can I make this happen? Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, they affirm, I am capable and I will find a way. They don't wait for confidence, they create it through consistent action. Training your mind for success requires conscious effort. It starts with awareness, paying attention to the thoughts that dominate your mind. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and replace that thought with an empowering one. For example, if your mind tells you, "This is too hard," shift it to, "I am resourceful and I will find a way." If your mind says, "I'm afraid of failing," change it to, "Failure is just a stepping stone to success." This practice may feel unnatural at first, but over time it will become your default mindset. Another way to take control of your mind is through daily habits. Feed your brain with positivity. Read books that inspire you. Listen to motivational speakers. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. What you consume mentally will shape your thoughts, and your thoughts will shape your reality. Your mind responds to what you repeatedly tell it. If you tell yourself you are weak, your mind will believe it. If you tell yourself you are powerful, your mind will believe that too. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stuck is not intelligence or talent. It's the ability to master their own minds. The strongest people in the world are not those who never feel fear or doubt. They are the ones who have trained their minds to push through it. They understand that the only limits that exist are the ones they create in their own minds. The moment you decide to take full control of your thoughts is the moment you become unstoppable.